Alright, what's going on, guys? I want to show you guys some ankle strengthening exercises. If you're watching this video and you're one of our athletes, I probably prescribe this exercise to you because I noticed a little bit of collapsing of your ankle upon impact when we were watching you run on the treadmill. So this is a really good one to strengthen that ankle, make sure that we don't have any problems with your ankle. Really important that we're getting a really efficient return off the ground, and so we're not getting any collapsing. You don't want collapsing in your ankle, your knee. We want nice, firm, quick impact off the ground. So how we're going to strengthen your ankle is going to be, this is what I'd recommend getting. You can get these guys on Amazon. This is Dynadisc Exer Tools is the one that we have, but not super expensive on Amazon. Grab those. And one thing about, guys, is how inflated it is going to change the difficulty of the balancing exercises I'm about to show you guys. So the more challenging you want it to be, you want it, like this is a pretty challenging level, it's pretty soft, so it's not super firm. The more firm you make it, the easier it's going to be to balance on it. So if you're looking to make this exercise more challenging, you can have it kind of like this, where it's not firm at all. So you'll see when I stand on it here. So what we're going to do is we're going to start, if you're really bad at this, you can start with double leg, okay, and you're just trying, it's actually like way more challenging than it looks, and you're just trying to obviously just stay perfectly balanced and perfectly, not floating around at all like this. So like I said, if this is difficult for you to do single leg, start with double leg. And what I'm gonna have you guys do is just start with 1 minute at a time. And this is kind of like meditation in a way, where it's like failing is actually good. It's actually working the muscle that we're trying to hit. So don't like freak out if you're like, oh, I fell off this thing like 10 times in a minute, I'm so frustrated. It's like, no, that's actually, we're trying to work on your stabilizing muscles. So every time you're off balance, we're using your stabilizing muscles to get back on balance. So a lot of different ways, a lot of different things we can do to change the difficulty on this. So you might find that initially starting off, like I haven't done this in forever, so you can see like I'm like really bad at this. And so for me, like I should probably just start with double leg for 1 minute and just keeping my line of sight kind of here, or even here is where I'm the most stable. And how you can change the difficulty of this is changing your line of sight. So bring your line of sight up, makes it more challenging. You'll find that if you fixate on anything, it makes it easier to balance. And then as you move around, you move your line of sight, so all of a sudden it's way harder to balance. So we're going to make this more challenging just by moving your head around, changing your line of sight. Another thing you can do to make this more challenging is close your eyes. It's just going to get super challenging. Other things you can do is like close one eye and go to the other eye. You can do things with your hands, touch your nose with your eyes closed, touch the top of your head, touch your back. Like, you can make this super challenging. Another thing you can do is have people throw you balls when you're on here. Anything that you want to do to make this more challenging to stabilize is really going to strengthen all those stabilizers on the inside and outside of your ankle, which is what we're trying to hit. And get really good at it and go to single leg. Guys, this is not only going to strengthen your ankles, it's also going to strengthen the bottom of your foot, because I'm having to really grab with my entire foot to try and stay balanced. So this is not only good ankle strengthener, but it's going to strengthen your foot as well. So again, like a minute on each side. As you get better, you can go for longer. But this is going to be one of those exercises too, guys, where you're going to need to do this, like little hits more often is where you're going to see the most benefit from. So rather than being like, I'm going to do this ankle strengthening for 30 minutes, like I'd rather have you do it for 5 minutes twice a day than do like a mega long 30-minute session and then like be burned out on it after a week. Be like, this takes too much time, you know? Like, we just need little hits often. So we're almost trying to like wake up those stabilizers, get them firing, get them active. This is a really good exercise. You guys can do this right before you head out the door to run. Again, so you're just turning everything on. You're turning those stabilizers on. You're getting them firing. You're just saying, hey guys, like, I need you to stabilize my body weight here, which is exactly what I'm gonna do when I go out for my run. So really good thing to do right before your runs. And then again, I like doing stuff when you're having specific strength issues, and it's stuff like this. It's not like heavy lifting. I like to do it right before bed. If you do heavy lifting before bed, it's gonna wake you up. But things like this, where you're just like neurologically trying to get things firing, and you're just looking to strengthen small stabilizers, I like doing it right before I go to bed, because then you're going straight from exercising to recovery. When you're asleep, obviously, is the time when you recover the most. So again, just like, you know, set your watch. Be like, I'm just gonna do these stabilizing exercises. I'm gonna do 1 minute at a time on each foot. I'm gonna go back and forth for the next 6 minutes or whatever. So 6 minutes of your day, you know, it doesn't take long, and you're gonna notice a big difference in your ankle strengthening. So those are the ankle strengthening exercises. I'm gonna show you guys one more ankle strengthening exercise with bands, but to be honest, I like this a lot. I guess there might be certain situations when I like the band better, but in general, I like this better than the band. So if you can only do one exercise, go with this one, and I think you'll see the most benefit from that. All right, guys, so the other ankle strengthening stuff I want to show you guys, again, you can buy these bands on Amazon, pretty cheap. And I just have this connected to my couch. Just put it underneath my couch. Connect it to wherever you want. Just make sure it's pretty low level. So we're gonna come in here. We're gonna go right around the top of the foot. There's a couple of different ways you can do this. Like you can loop it around a couple times. That'll kind of keep it in place better. You can see the placement on the foot there. It's kind of towards the top. And basically, I'm just pulling in. Just go to failure on this. And try, like I was kind of a poor example on this first couple, but try and really fight it on when it's going back. So this way I'm pulling this way, but I'm also fighting it this way. So rather than just being like, oh, just let it slap back and you're just going like this. Like this is the kind of stuff where you're exercising, but you're not being nearly as effective as you can be if you're concentrating on what you're doing. And you're pulling, and then you're fighting it on the way back. Fighting it on the way back, so important. All right, so pull hard, fight it on the way back. You can see like this is just hitting my ankle right here, super strong. All right. So again, just go to failure, and then I'm just gonna stay right here. So I'm gonna show you all the different aspects of the ways we're gonna hit it. So I just did like pulling to the inside. But I'm just gonna use this foot now and show you pulling to the outside. Again, you don't have to, like you can just do it like this, but you're gonna find the band just wants to float around on you a little bit. So if you just loop it over one time, that just keeps it in place. All right, so now it's going the other way. So I'm pulling out. Again, fighting it, out, fighting it, out. And it's crazy how like quickly you'll feel this fatigue, and I'm feeling this right in here, like on the outer aspect here. So really good for if you have peroneal issues, right? Peroneal is this right here, this guy. It can be a pretty common running injury here. Peroneal tendonitis. This is a good way to strengthen that peroneal and that outer aspect of the ankle. Again, try and really fight it. And you're letting it back in. Okay, so we've done inner and outer. Now I'm gonna show you guys, I'm just gonna keep this tied in and show you. You're gonna go down, now just straight up pull, okay? So this is just hitting that shin muscle. So, see right here, this is what that's what you should be feeling right there. You can actually tap it and feel it, make sure you're flexing it hard. Again, remember guys, with weights, so important when we make that mind-muscle connection. And sometimes when you actually feel it yourself working, it really helps you to know how to fire that muscle group. And it's like, sometimes it's like you're waking something up that you didn't even know how to fire that until you started working it and feeling it and trying to target that specific muscle. All right, so I'll have a separate video on shin splints, but this is like the #1 exercise I'd recommend for shin splints. Alright, so we hit it from the outside this way, we hit it from the inside, and now we're hitting it this way. So that's kind of 3 different ways we can target full ankle strengthening exercise along with those balancing exercises I showed you guys. And you should notice big improvement in your ankle strength.